Hello, good to see you. My name's Tony, FMDNA, revisiting the Weymouth side. We left off where Weymouth done the treble, win the Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Just a shame about Europe, we could never win anything. But doing the treble, not a bad way to say goodbye. We're going to look at 5 years into the future and see how what they've done without me. Hopefully they're still challenging for the Premier League and winning domestic cups. And hopefully maybe even winning something in Europe, something that I couldn't do. I'm hoping they haven't got relegated. I hope they're still up there challenging. This, like I said, was the final season. We've done the treble. Let's take a look at the players that were our best players at the end of the season to see if they're hopefully going to stick around and see what they've done in 5 years. Starting off with Yaconi, he was an amazing player. He's only 22 years of age. When he joined the club, he was a wonder kid. He's wanted at this moment in time. We'll see, hopefully they hold on to him. Value-wise, 26 to 33 million. They could cash in, but if it was me still carrying on, I wouldn't. I would keep him. A really good player, and he was the best performer in the league. 8 goals, 21 assists in all competitions. Very good. Ibrahimovic, getting on a bit now, 29 years of age. He's still got a contract of 2037, so 2 years to go. Hopefully they keep hold of him as well. 74 to 80 million, 10 goals, 15 assists, a 7.12. He had a really good season as well, so hopefully they can keep hold of him as well. Alderton, what can I say about him? He's been amazing. We got him in, and that's when we really started challenging for the Premier League. A striker that could score a lot of goals. He scored 38 goals in 46 appearances. Absolutely amazing. 73 to 81 million he's worth now. 3 years left on his contract, so hopefully he's still about. First season, 66 million. He cost us a lot of money. He was worth it. 29 goals first season. 22 goals the second season. But like I said, in all competitions, he done very well. 38 goals. So hopefully they can keep hold of him as well. Cortez, what can I say? Funny picture, but a really great player in defence. He had everything. A best central defender. A really good player as well. And he valued now between 43 and 58 million. A really good price. He's got 4 years left on his contract. He is wanted. I just hope we don't sell anyone. He cost really cheap as well. 5.75 million. A really good price. He was a really good buy. A few more to mention. Guerrera, the goalkeeper, amazing. Diaby, who's a right back, who I prefer playing as inverted wing in the last season. Vilman, a very good defence midfielder, and yet again another player that's wanted. Aurelien Martin, a good youngster, he's 20 years of age now, done very well, 11 goals, 8 assists, a very good season. So that's just a snippet of some of our players that we've had at the club. We've got some more, hopefully we can keep hold of. We've got a lot of good players here. Now let's check out how they got on in the first season without me. Before we get to the first year results, actually we better check that who's in charge. Well, it is Danny Cowley. He's been in charge since I retired for the full 5 years. He came from England where they won the National League in 2033 and they won the World Cup in 2034. So he's a good manager. So now let's check out the first year. Well, first season in, they finished in 9th spot, which is not the best. 55 points as well, which is not great. They lost against Liverpool in the Community Shield. They lost in the FA Cup. They lost in the Carabao Cup. They've not been doing great. We'll check out their transfers for the first season. Let's start off with the players they sold. Guerrera, the goalkeeper, 41.5 million. Arrizabalaga, 8.5 million. Okay, he was back up, so that's understandable. But Guerrera's a big loss. Aurelien Martin went out on loan to Liverpool and he picked up the Premier League title. They won the league that season. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Why you'd loan him out to Liverpool, I have no idea. We bring Jeffrey. I did look at him before. Vasquez from Barcelona. Goalkeeper, 21 million. That's who replaced Guerrera, must have been. I can't click him because he's retired now. Vasquez, left back, 37 years old also. And Adam Jeffrey, if I click him, 61 million. Don't me get it wrong. It's 5 years ago, so he would have been 28. He's obviously they sold him later on because he's at Stoke. He went on the free. First season, 21 goals. Second season, 14 goals. 13 goals. I would have most probably kept the Arrizabalaga about, personally. And 61 million's a lot of money. So, season 1, they finished, where was it, 9th in the league. Didn't win nothing. So, let's check out season 2. So, second season in and second season transfers. Walter Vieira, the right back. A really good right back as well. Went for 11.25 million. Lawless, 3.3 million. But the big one is Dos Santos going to Bayern Munich. Could raise to 57 million. Reece Bridges went and Dan Edwards went to 9 million. And Croupier, again, they still can't sell him. They loaned him out. Guerrera, another Guerrera from Sporting. 14 million, could raise to 17.5 million. A striker, looks decent. Looks a decent striker. Who else did they bring in? Rimmen, a good shadow striker. Behind the front one, that's not too bad. 32 now. Don't forget this was 4 years ago. And Duran is a goalkeeper, which they needed. And he looks like a really good goalkeeper, actually. 3 caps from Brazil, I can see as well up here. So yeah, they needed one. After selling Guerrero, the goalkeeper, they needed a decent goalkeeper. And hopefully, with them transfers, they would have done better this season. 5th place in the league, which is fantastic. Also, they're going to be playing Champions League football. So one of the top 4 must have won something in Europe. Man City win the league with 83 points. 66 points is better. Is better. And like I said, they're still playing in Europe, so they're still up there. But did they win anything in the Cups? Well, they did. They got knocked out early in the Carabao Cup, but they did win the FA Cup in extra time, beating Liverpool. So second season in, they picked up a trophy. It's not too bad. I'm glad about that. Season 3, well, they spent 23.5 million and sold 52 million. So they must be, the bank balances must be looking really good. Croupier, they sold him to West Ham for 16.25 million, which is amazing. I couldn't give him away. Jonatas went to Lazio for 4.4. Amrose, another right back, went to Liverpool for 14 million. Penna went to Fulham for 15.5 million. So they're making a lot of money on sales. So who do we have? Monaco, Baldy, a good left back. 36 now. 3 years ago, we would have sold him at 33. Would have been a bit old to sign him. 8 million. Guy Asprilla from Man United for 14.75, but he's retired now. I can't even look at him. And then on loan, we loaned in a right back. Didn't look great. And also Charlie Hull, who's not a bad youngster. Not bad, I suppose. I'm going to say it, not bad. Not the best signings that I've ever seen. So how well did they do in the league? Really well, actually. They can finish 3rd in the league with 77 points. 4 points away from Liverpool. Good. Champions League football again. They're on the up. They're getting there. Right, let's take a look, see if they won anything in the Cups. Well, they did get to a semi-final, but lost against Chelsea. Carabao Cup, not very good. And they lost in the Community Shield against Man City on penalties. But they were in the Champions League. How well did that go? Well, they got knocked out in the group stages. If we take a look at Season 4, this season they spent more than they sold, which is great. Which is fantastic. Finally, they're actually spending some money. Topez went on the free. Alonso went to Leicester for 20 million. Just trying to pick out some sales. Most of them was loaned. And Baldy, that left back that we brought in, that was old, bought him in and then sold him the following season for 500,000. Could raise 500,000. Players in now, like I said, they spent 63 million. Vaughan looks okay, 25 years of age. No, he's got a good bit of pace, acceleration. Nothing special, I wouldn't say. Who else did they bring in? 15 million. Well, could raise to 15.25 million. Another Brazilian goalkeeper. So they got 2 Brazilian goalkeepers. Always makes a good goalkeeper. A couple of players from Barcelona. Some youngsters. Not too bad. And then also 14 million from Barcelona. Yeah, nothing really exciting me. The goalkeeper, I like the goalkeeper. And then loaned in a few players as well. So let's check out how they did in the league. Well, we dropped down to 8th. But at least we're not in a relegation battle. They are a team that keeps qualifying from Europe at just about 55 points. If we take a look at the Cups, FA Cup got knocked out in the 5th round. But they did win the Carabao Cup, beating Newcastle 2-0. So they picked up a couple of trophies now. In Europe, they got through the group stages, but then got knocked out against Marseille in the Champions League knockout rounds. Not a bad season though. Picking up the Carabao Cup is not a bad season. League again though, dropping down a little bit. The 5th and final season, let's take a look. So they've gone back to their old ways where they sell more than they spend. They spent 58 million. They sold 93 million. Alderton, 39.5 million going to Real Beatrice. Yacona's gone as well for 51 million. Aurela Martin went on a free. Unbelievable. And a load of players been loaned out. Let's take a look at the players they sold. Hopefully some good ones. Izaka, not a bad English player. 33. He's a bit old. This is the final season, so this would have been a year ago. He would have been 32 when they signed him. This guy for 9.75 million, left back, 26. Nothing special. Loaned in a player. This guy looks good. This guy is good. I'm going to try and say his name. Radan Kovac. Close enough. He looks really good. He looks really good. Actually, that's a good price as well. 6.5 million bargain. Newcastle, 27. Another goalkeeper. Like we need them. They can't. Surely them Brazilian goalkeepers are great. And then loaned in yet again a couple of players. Right, let's check a look at the final season. How well they done. Well, they just love getting 55 points. This is the top half of the table. I don't think it's too badly. They're going to be in Europe again. If we check out what they've done in the Cups, well, they got knocked out early in the Carabao Cup, and they got that quite early in the FA Cup against Tottenham, wearing the Tottenham shirt. In Europe, they were in the Conference League, and they went all the way and won it 3-1 in the final. So that's 3 trophies since we left, and they've won a European trophy, something that I couldn't do. So he's done a good job in charge. We take a look at some of the players and see how well they've done over the years since I've been gone. Like Alderton, I know they sold him near the end, but I just want to see how his career went. And some of the other ones as well, like Cortez. So let's take a look now. So we are going to start with Alderton. Our record signing of 66 million, 2 seasons, amazing. That was the difference for us. Following season we left, he only scored 8 goals, 2 goals, and then they decided to loan him out, and then Real Bitters bought him permanently for 39.5 million. 17 goals, 19 goals for them. Yeah, he's a good striker. I just don't think he could get the best out of him like we did. We look at the next player, Yokoni, who we bought for 16.25 million. For us, same sort of thing. Couple of years with us, he was great. And then played 18 games, 6.71. Only scored 1 goal. Just didn't score as many and didn't assist either, really. And in the end, they loaned it, the same sort of thing. They loaned him to Newcastle for 300k. He played 10 times, scored 1 goal. And that was enough for Newcastle to spend 51 million on him. That was a great bit of business considering the loan spell. I wouldn't say was very good, but hey, we go on to the next player. Aurelio Martin, who cost us 18 million. Great kid, great one for the future. I thought he was going to be phenomenal. 8 goals, 5 assists, not too bad at all. They loaned him out. This is where they loaned him out to Liverpool. He only played 3 times and Liverpool won the league that year. So was that enough for him to get a trophy? I'm not too sure it is. And then he came back. Bit sort of player, wasn't really doing too much. And then they let him go in the end. Let him go on a free. The bizarrest thing is, like, he did play 28 times in the final season, scoring 2 goals. Not the best average rating, but surely he was just getting assigned a new contract rather than letting him just go on a free. That just seems bizarre. We look at the next one. Next up is Topez. Cost us 16 million. Was a really good player. And then he was become a sort of bit part player. He was still playing quite a lot. And even when we left, he still played quite a bit as well. I think when did we leave? This season? 34, 35? 35, 36. He's done really well. 3 goals, 5 assists. 2 goals, 4 assists. Average ratings are good. He's playing quite a lot as well. And then rather than sign a new contract, they just let him go on the free, which is bizarre. It's bizarre. But then again, it might be because of his age. He was 33. Yeah, so I can understand maybe why they've let him go. He would be 31. Just give him a 2-year contract. Just be a better part player. Again, right. We carry on. Now we're looking at Amrose. And I liked Amrose. I thought he was a really good player. And similar sort of thing. He done all right. He's still playing. Last season, maybe they only played half the games. 19 appearances. 6.95. Not too bad. Good price for Liverpool. 17.75 million. And Liverpool, I'm sure he would have picked up a few trophies being at Liverpool, because we know how good they are. Now we're on to Dos Santos, who cost us 11.75 million. You can see here, when we left, he played 1 more season, 22 times, a good average rating again, but they decided to cash in on him. Bayern Munich come knocking, 57 million. That's not a bad price, is it, really? So you can see why they sold him. We look at the next one. This makes me really sad looking at Ibrahimovic. We spent 10.5 million on him. He was fantastic for us. Really, really good. I loved him. And then he didn't have a bad season when we left. The following season wasn't great, but not too bad, I would say. And they did just let him go on a free. And he went to Saudi Arabia, where he's just far too good for that league. Scoring 14 goals, 21 goals, 18 goals. Average rating ones through the roof. He was 34, so I can maybe understand it a little bit. I think he was good enough to keep for another year, maybe. And then go. He's getting 105k a week over there. Yeah, so that's one that was a bit of a surprise. But yet again, another player letting go on the free. This one is a shocker. Sebastian Guerrero, the goalkeeper, he was phenomenal. It cost us a lot of money, 18.25 million. But he was just really good defensively, made a real big difference. 29 clean sheets, So they sold him near enough straight away. He played for Tottenham. Didn't do the best, 39. I don't know what sort of team Tottenham have got. Average rating wise, not great at all. Then they sold him to Hertha in Germany, where he picked up his career a bit. Defensively, looks better. But and average ratings wise are better as well. Yeah, 41.5 million is a good price, but I just don't think we really should have sold him. Those ones are the ones that left, but let's take a look at the players that stayed. Cortez, most probably my favourite player. When we left, done okay. Did he do okay? 6.95. Not playing very much. 6.84. Maybe got injured, but 24 times, 23 times the last season with 7.01. Yeah, for a player that is, he's only 29 still. Yeah, for me, he was the best one. Love it. He was the best one. Next one, Tom Stansfield. Never really a fan. Cost us a lot of money, but I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. But at least, I think it was 6.74. But next season, we were gone. He actually played a lot better. Had a terrible season for 6.69. Yeah, I just didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. Yusof, so good. They named him twice. I thought he was going to be amazing. 31 million. He had so much potential. And then, literally, bit apart player. They should have loaned him out 5 times, 7, 3 times, 22 appearances. And then last season, 10 appearances. Yeah, like I said, I think they should have loaned him out. If they weren't going to play him, he's too good to be sitting on the bench. We take a look how he looks now. Still looks phenomenal. For me, he should start all day long. He's only 25 years of age as well. Wanted by Juve and Real Madrid. Really wasted talent. Diabate, the right back that we changed into inverted winger. To be fair to him, he could already play as inverted winger. But right back is where the position I signed him for. And then since we left, actually, he's most really been the best one that's had a decent, consistent season. Nothing under a 6.92. A really good player still. He's 31. He's got some international caps for France as well. 15 and 1 goal. Yeah, it still looks pretty decent. And Vilman also having a decent season since we left. You know, 7.07, 6.9, 6.94, 6.94. So, 2 players that actually have been pretty decent. And he still looks decent now. 31. Good value on him. He's on 185,000 a week now, which is a lot. And we're going to finish it off with Sidibe. 8.5 million bought him for. He had a good season. Same again. The last few players actually been very consistent. Last season, a 7.01. A good left back, 30 years of age. And I think they're going to need to mix up a little bit soon because some of the players that we had are getting a little bit older now. Good value as well. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I think they've done all right. They've done all right since we've left. Like I said, I think it's 3 trophies they've won, 2 domestic cups, but they won something in Europe, the Conference League. Something that I couldn't do. Thank you so much for watching. 5 years in the future with Weymouth. It's done. Thank you again, and I will see you in FM24 for another non-league and beyond. But if you can't wait that long, I do have some tactic tests, some experiments, some wonder kids, some rebuilds. Hopefully I have it all for you. I will see you in another video. See you then.